Hello dear students, welcome to Pen and Paper Chemistry on YouTube. We are continuing with this video, the properties of phenols. But before we do that, please don't forget your pen and paper because you are going to take down notes for offline reference. So are we ready? If we refer to this chart, you will see that we've covered nitration, halogenation, alkylation, Fry's rearrangement, sulfonation. What are we going to do today? Yes, in today's lesson, we're going to talk about Kolbe's reaction, which is a very, very important reaction from synthetic point of view. What do we mean by synthetic point of view? You will see that Kolbe's reaction is used to prepare a large number of compounds which you are coming across daily. So let us begin our learning with Kolbe's reaction. What is Kolbe's reaction? It's a simple carboxylation reaction. That means what do? You introduce the COOH group in the phenol ring. That means in the benzene ring containing the OH group. How do you do that? We've got the definition listed here. Let's go step by step. So it involves treating sodium phenooxide with carbon dioxide at high temperature. So that's our first step, followed by acidification. So what we are doing is, we've got sodium phenooxide. We are introducing COOH group with the help of sodium phenooxide. What do we mean by with the help of? Because my starting compound for the formation of sodium phenooxide is of course going to be, well done, it's going to be phenol. So I can also ask you this question as, how can you convert phenol into, what is the name of this compound? So let us name it together. COOH and OH. What takes precedence? Right, our COOH becomes the principal functional group and OH is the secondary functional group. So we have over here 2-hydroxy benzoic acid. That is its IUPAC name. But it is quite commonly written or known as salicylic acid. In fact, if you have a look at the cartons of your face creams, some of the acne treatment creams also have salicylic acid as one of the components. So you have to try and remember both the names, 2-hydroxy benzoic acid and salicylic acid. In fact, by the time we finish this video, you would be very, very thorough with this. I'm confident about that. So how do we bring about this conversion? Phenol to sodium phenooxide. Tell me, how are we going to do that? Well done. We are going to treat it with sodium hydroxide. Gives us the acidic behavior of phenol. Correct? Now this sodium phenooxide, what I have done is I have written it as one step. Why not break it down? Let's break down our reaction. So what do we have over here? Sodium phenooxide is first treated with carbon dioxide. Can you tell me the temperature and the pressure conditions, please? Yes, 400 Kelvin and 4 to 7 atmospheres. Right. Now, what will happen here is the CO2 group gets introduced. That means there is carboxylation of the benzene ring. Now, what you can understand over here, sodium phenooxide means my oxygen is going to release electrons towards the benzene ring at the ortho position. Carbon dioxide, the carbon of the carbon dioxide, it is wanting electrons. Why is it wanting electrons? Because we know that oxygen is more electronegative than carbon. So here's a positive and a negative. So our carbon is short of electrons. It becomes attached to the benzene ring, forming the sodium salt. And we call it as sodium salicylate. Make sure that you keep writing the names of the products, because many a times I've seen that the students know the answer, they have the concept in place, but they get mixed up with the names of the compounds. So it is better to write the names of the compounds. Now our one step is done. Next step is to convert the sodium salt to the corresponding acid. How do we do that? Yes, we carry out hydrolysis by treating it with a dilute acid, and it gives us the product 2-hydroxybenzoic acid or salicylic acid. I hope you've been able to note down what we've done so far. Ready? Ready for the next step? Now I'm going to use the salicylic acid or orthohydroxybenzoic acid or 2-hydroxybenzoic acid to prepare a large number of other compounds. So 1, 2, 3, I've broken it down into 3 parts. First step, acylation. We know that the phenolic group undergoes acylation with what type of compounds? Yes, acetic anhydride in the presence of a few drops of concentrated H2SO4 or sodium acetate. So therein, you have to remember that in these reactions that I'm going to teach you now, both groups can show reactions. So OH undergoes acylation, whereas the COOH group will undergo esterification. So let's go ahead. Acylation of the phenolic group. So what do we form? Salicylic acid. We've introduced the acetyl group into the salicylic acid. So this becomes acetyl salicylic acid, ASA. What is popularly known as aspirin. Aspirin, which is an analgesic, that means it relieves pain. It is an antipyretic, that means helps to bring down fever. It is an anti-inflammatory drug as well, right? It also is a blood thinner, right? You shall be studying about it in greater detail if you pursue chemistry in your higher studies. We did not write the IUPAC name of this compound. Okay, help me write down the IUPAC name of this compound. Yes, of course. It is 2-acetoxy-benzoic acid, because our COOH group is the principal functional group again. Let's go to the next reaction. Now it's our COOH group which is going to come into the picture. COOH group undergoes esterification, right? So we can treat it with phenol. What is esterification? Reaction of alcohols with carboxylic acids to give us esters. Now depending upon what alcohol you're taking. If you're taking phenol, then we have the H being replaced by COO, C6H5, sorry, not the H, the OH. And if I reacted with methanol, then what will happen is I will be introducing the OCH3 group into the salicylic acid molecule. So first step, what you are doing is you are reacting it with phenol in the presence of POCl3 and heating it. introducing the C6H5. So COOC6H5. Remember the esterification reactions? What do esterification reactions tell us about phenols and alcohols? Is it the breaking of the CO bond, or is it the breaking of the OH bond? Think about it. We have discussed this in great detail in our earlier videos. You may want to refer to it. Go ahead. So think about it. What is involved over here? The product that we get over here is Salol, which is used as an intestinal antiseptic. So that means it's the phenyl derivative of salicylic acid, right? So phenyl salicylate. How are you going to give its IUPAC name? Again, see, this is an ester. So in the ester, we give the alkyl group the first part name. So this becomes phenyl, and then with respect to the ester group, we have OH at the second position. So 2-hydroxy benzoic acid. No, it's an ester, so it will be benzoate. Right? That's our second step. Let's go to methanol. That means I am going to introduce the OCH3 group. I've given you a hint over there, right? As to whether the reaction involves the breaking of CO bond or the OH. Yes, we introduce the OCH3 group in the presence of few drops of concentrated H2SO4. Oh, what have I got over here? Come on, move from here. What is this? Oh, this is move. I think I wanted to show you something. Oh, look at this. You see over here, we've got oil of wintergreen written on this tube of move. Yes, it is this oil of wintergreen that we are preparing while talking about this reaction. So what is there is here we have introduced the OCH3 group. This got a minty flavor to it. So minty flavor reminds you of a lot of things, right? It reminds you of confectionaries. It reminds you of mouth fresheners with a minty flavor. Yes, and of course, move. Move is used for rapid relief. No. I'm not promoting move or anything. Don't worry. There is no sponsorship involved over here. I have just wanted to show you the practical aspect of what you are learning. So this oil of wintergreen is a part of analgesics, that means which help in relieving the joint and muscle pain. What have I written over here? I think I've missed out some words, letters. Yes, so it's an external analgesic. It is also used in the perfume industry. That is, the name is methyl derivative of salicylic acid. So methyl salicylate. How are you going to name this compound? The previous one you named it as phenyl 2-hydroxybenzoate. What is this going to be? Instead of phenyl, what group do you have here? Go ahead, write it. Yes, so we write it as methyl 2-hydroxybenzoate. This is how we break down the IUPAC name. Got it? So this gives us our third set of compound, that is methyl salicylate. I shall be sharing all of these in the form of a PDF on the Google site Pen and Paper Chemistry. You can Google it. It does pop up. Pen and Paper Google site. I'll be sharing all these slides in that site in case you want to refer to it later on. Okay, I managed to fit it onto the screen so that you are able to see the entire flow diagram in one single chart, right? Probably you may want to add this division onto your main flow chart that you have made regarding the preparation and properties of phenols. I hope this lesson was helpful, because in the next video, we shall be talking about the Riemann-Tiemann reaction and the mechanism of this. So stay tuned, stay connected, and keep it light on yourself. Enjoy it as a new learning, not just to complete the syllabus. Happy learning to all of you. Stay safe.